just want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the viewers. I'm sorry to the subscribers. I'm so scared.
I'm sorry, you what? What are you doing? Actual Wally.
I'm doing that bit from Blair Witch.
What?
Well, you know that bit from Blair Witch when she's got the camera? And
No.
she's like, I'm so scared. Everyone was doing parodies of it in the 90s. Have you never seen it?
No. It's No Show Joe time!
We all have that one friend who seems to live under a rock. Because when you're all together and a movie is mentioned, they always seem to say, "Yeah, I've never seen that." For me, that friend is this friend. While I was indoors enjoying television and films, they were outside getting fresh air and exercise. But we're here to rectify that with No Show
Lucas.
the series where we show
Lucas.
the media they've missed out on for so long. Hello, welcome once again to No Show Joe. Now you may have noticed something a little bit different about our intro. Would you like to tell them?
Ladies and gentlemen, guys, gals, non-binary pals, eventually, at some point in the future, because I have only just realised how much of an absolute pain the bureaucratic process is to change your name, I will be changing my name from Joe to Lucas.
Yeah.
But because we're cheap
And lazy, don't forget
and
lazy.
lazy, we've already paid for these assets. We're not paying for more.
Yes, the show will still be called No Show Joe. It just happens that...
Rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah, as some of you might know, No Show Joe is the idea that my dear friend Lucas here went through the 90s without seeing any movies, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Essentially. Last time it was Jurassic Park, and this time, you may be able to tell by the clothing that we're wearing, we are about to see...
The Blair Witch Project.
Lucas has never seen the Blair Witch Project.
Yep. I was kind of discussing this with somebody, saying, like, you know, I'm going to watch Blair Witch Project for an episode of this show, because the whole point of the show is to kind of watch like the iconic pieces of media that I missed out on, that everybody else saw. And their comment was that it was all guerrilla marketing, it was all word of mouth, it was all internet forums, it wasn't proper, it wasn't like trailers on TV or in the cinema necessarily. It was way more word of mouth. So definitely as a kid in the 90s, I would not have heard about this at all.
So as you may notice that we are in our best witch hunting gear.
Oh yeah.
We have flannel.
We have flannel.
We have anoraks. And we have hats.
We have hats.
And I have a map, which you will understand the significance later on.
Okay. Can't possibly go wrong having a map, right?
No, you couldn't. No.
You'd think.
You would think.
I mean, I can't read maps, so I could definitely go wrong with a map.
So, shall we go hunt some witches?
Yeah, I think we should go hunt some witches.
And then disappear in the forest.
Yep.
Which was totally legit.
Yeah,
Totally happened.
Definitely a thing.
Definitely happened.
Definitely a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Due to personal reasons, I'm going to go become a cryptid. Oh no! Oh, you can tell this is found footage because even the text is wobbly.
Like, Harry.
Gross.
Gross.
Invasive as well.
I don't want to look at some teenager's hairy nipples. Ew.
Okay.
See, this is what happened to them. They all just killed each other because they got absolutely just like done with each other's rubbish over this map. Oh, look at these hideous waterproofs. Wow. This is big, like, year 5 residential vibe. Oh.
Because this is America and it's not possible. We destroyed most of our natural resources. Let's just keep going.
We destroyed most of our natural resources. Let's keep going. Wow.
Prolific.
Tell me where you are, guys!
I think at this point Josh is kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I think Josh might be in several places. Ew. I don't even know what it is, but ew. It's just assaulted Josh bits. I think after everything you've been through, you should really know that it's not a good idea to go in that house. They're gonna go in the house, aren't they?
What do you think they're going to do?
Yeah, they're gonna go in the house.
Yeah, they're going to go in the house.
You found a creepy house in the woods and you decided you were gonna go in it. Everything that happened to you at this point is your fault. Oh, what? No! No! Alright then. Okay then.
Alright, sure. We have just finished watching The Blair Witch Project. So, what did you think, Lucas?
Way too many just shots of just black screen.
We are just looking at a black screen right now.
Yeah, this is fascinating. More black screen. Whoa.
If we could see something, I bet we'd be really scared right now.
Oh yeah. Awful lot of blank screen.
So how many black screens is this now?
I don't know.
It has to be about 5 now.
Yeah, it's got to be at least 5.
Save money when you're filming your movie. Don't film a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good horror movie in as much, but it is a good, like, kind of insight into how people get if they are in a situation like this. Like, it's really interesting to see that they did have everyone just yelling at each other and then constantly be like, no, we need to stick together. No, we're at each other. No, we need to stick together. Mikey is an absolute idiot. What do you mean you kicked it into the creek?
You kicked it into the creek. Yeah.
Right, I can't read maps, right? But I wouldn't kick a map into the creek. For the most part, it really kind of was like, oh no, spooky things, some bundles of twigs and some rocks, oh no. But it's like, no, they found a house now. No, it's getting real now. They found a house.
Yeah.
And everyone knows that you don't go in a house like that.
At night.
But that's literally the last 5 minutes.
I do remember, like, not straight away after it came out, but a few years later when, you know, obviously everybody knew that it was fake and it was a form of entertainment, that one of the big criticism was, yeah, the best bit is like the last 5 to 10 minutes. The best bit of the movie is the last 5 to 10 minutes.
It's creepy. It's definitely creepy. And it's the sort of thing where, I mean, they already make that comment about how, you know, I see why you like this camera so much. It's like filtered reality. And it very much takes a lot of the scare out of it for me watching the whole thing. Because we're seeing it through a camera. We're seeing it through, like, filtered reality. But if I was in their situation, I would literally have, like, died of a panic attack or something.
Yeah.
I would have had a heart attack from, like, how fast it would have been going. The fact that you just cling to whatever you have left.
Yeah.
And it's just, it is really interesting from that point, but most of the film is not very...
I don't know if it's not engaging.
It's not engaging. It's like, it's just that there's a whole lot of nothing happens.
Yeah. Because this wasn't the first ever found footage film, but it was one of the biggest.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of is undone by its own reputation. Because it is the Blair Witch Project. It was this huge phenomena that happened in the late 90s. It utilised this upcoming technology called the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
No, never last. No. It was such a product of its time. So obviously, as time went on, people look back at it and kind of go, oh, well, I see what the faults of it are now. So when you come into it with no preconceptions like you are,
Yeah.
the only idea that you have of it is it's a very scary movie from the 90s.
Yeah, it's like, that's all I had. It's a horror movie from the 90s, so, and people were saying it was really good. So to me, like, a really good horror movie, when other people are talking about it, is one that scares them. So I'm like, oh, well, it must be scary then. So I don't really want to watch it, because I'm a big wimpy baby. And now that I've seen it, I'm like, I'm disappointed.
Yes.
I'm just disappointed. It's like I didn't want to be scared, but I wanted it to do more than it has. Yeah, I mean, some of the visuals, at least, I will say, some of the visuals in that house are really good. Like the handprints everywhere. It's like, oh no! And, like all of the graffiti.
Yeah.
Because it just looks exactly like the kind of thing you just find.
Yeah.
And you look in through the windows maybe, because that's kind of about as much as you can get away with without it turning into that scene from, you know.
But it's a big no-no building. If it looks like a murder house, it's a murder house.
It's a murder house. That looks like a murder house.
Yeah. Remember one advert, in fact. In retrospect, I kind of think it's quite funny. I remember one advert was, nobody wants to talk about the Blair Witch, and they just film this guy coming out of the cinema and he just goes... And I realise now, in retrospect, that guy was probably just going, don't stick a camera in my face, go away.
Yeah.
But the way they framed it was, oh, he's so scared, he doesn't want to talk to us. No, he just doesn't want you to stick a camera in your face. It's date night with him and his lass. He doesn't want a camera stuck in his face after he's gone to see the Blair Witch.
Yeah.
But that is kind of indicative of the whole thing, that it was all very well marketed, that it built itself up to such a high level that,
but
like
then
you say,
it let its mouth write a check that other parts of it couldn't sign.
Yeah. Josh's teeth.
Yeah, Josh's teeth.
Couldn't cash it.
Josh's viscera couldn't sign it. Couldn't cash it. For the amount of going wrong with a map that is in the Blair Witch Project.
That's why it's so funny when you were talking about the map earlier as well.
Yeah.
Just like, who wouldn't have a map? And like, I'm not going to mention it.
Not going to say anything. Not going to say anything.
Not yet.
And then it's like, wow,
that guy's an idiot.
That guy's a moron.
Yeah.
Well done, Mikey.
You pretty much just killed them all. Nice one. Overall, now that you've seen Blair Witch, one, do you feel that it deserves its reputation?
No.
Fair enough. Yeah. I think its reputation over the past 20 years now, it has been dismantled.
Now that I've seen it, I'm like, all that fuss over this?
Yeah, yes, that's exactly how I felt when I first saw it, yeah. And second question, probably obvious. If somebody says that they haven't seen the Blair Witch Project, would you recommend them to see it?
I would... It's a bit complicated, because I'd kind of maybe be like, well, if you want to see an actually kind of interesting hour and a half or so breakdown of, like, psychological issues within a group that are lost and frightened and everything else, then yes, I'd say watch it, because it is quite interesting for that. But if you want to be scared, if you're watching this to be frightened out of your wits, to not sleep, or whatever it is that horror fans like, I'm sorry, horror fans, I don't understand you. You are cool people, but I don't understand you. Don't watch it. Yeah. Because it won't scare you. It didn't scare me, and I'm a wimp.
I would say, if somebody said to me, oh, I haven't seen it, I would say that if you want to see a scary movie, I wouldn't really bother. But if you're interested in filmmaking and, film history and things like that, I think
worth a watch.
I would say the Blair Witch is worth watching at least once. Oh God, it's the Blair Witch!
Oh my God! It's all around us, Hannah!
Keep our viscera inside of us!
If we survive, viewers, we'll make another one of these!
We promise!
It's been